Citizens of the world, today we are going to talk about a very strange place in Albania, which is called Himara, and everybody is anxious to know the truth about the origin of this name. The name Himara has appeared in this region during the 13th century. Before, it was called Caonia. The very strange name about Caonia is the fact that nobody knew that this has been an Illyrian league. The league was called Koinon Kaon, which comes from the word chaos in Illyrian and in Greek. We must remember that Illyrian and Greek are actually languages created by dialects that were very similar to one another. 12 different dialects have been recorded in ancient Greece. So Greek language was created during the Byzantine Empire in the 6th century. After the Roman Empire collapsed, Latin was dead, also Greek language was dead as well, and Byzantine Greek is a very strange language created in the administration of the Byzantine Empire after the collapse of the Roman Empire. The Byzantine Empire used Latin as the language of administration up to the moment when the Latin Empire collapsed. It was destroyed by Gothic tribes. So Gothic tribes settled in Italy and they became the ancestors of Italian people. So Italian language is not Latin. A similar fate was also in Greece, where Slavic tribes during the 6th century invaded the entire Greece, and you can record and see everyday Slavic names and toponyms even today, centuries later, although they have been substituted constantly with Greek names. But essentially, Greek people are Slavic people who were taught Byzantine Greek. This is the reason that normal Greek language today does not correspond to ancient Greek. In ancient Greek languages, we had 6 cases. I say languages because those dialects were so remote from one another. They were very similar to Germanic languages, which were similar to one another, but there was no Germanic language, let's say. So Greek language did not exist. There were those dialects that were so different from one another, and the only thing they shared was grammar. So ancient Greek nouns had 6 cases, but modern Greek has actually 2 cases. Grammarians say that there are 4 cases, but it's not true. We have only nominative and genitive in Greek. But this is a topic for another film. Basically, let's accept that normal Greek language has 4 cases: nominative, genitive, accusative, and vocative. Now, the interesting thing about this place called Himara is that the name that was created in the 13th century, and this is certain for sure because of the way this name was created. So the name that has been found in Byzantine documents in Himara was actually Hemaria. What is Hemaria? Different linguists thought that Himara was created in the same way that the name Himalaya existed in Asia. Because of the similarities between Sanskrit and Greek, Himalaya, or the mountain of the winter, as are called in Sanskrit, were attributed to this place that was called Himara, but the name was not Himara once again, was Hemaria. Several years ago, I was very impressed with some strange monsters found in Etruscan paintings, and they described a monster that was called Chimera. Now this is very interesting because the same monster has been recorded in Caonia, and the very name Caonia comes from chaos. So the beast of chaos was called Chimera and was a monster made of the head of the lion, the body of the goat, the head and the tail of a snake. Chimera beast is very important because it has been found in Sumerian tablets. So it's a very ancient monster, and it belongs to several cultures. But in Greek it was called chimera, which means 1-year-old goat, literally. The way that it was written, the name was chimera, from the word cheima, which means winter. But the name of Himara has nothing to do with chimera, unfortunately. I'll show you why. Look at the monitor and you'll be convinced yourself. As you can see, the word chimera entered European languages after the 16th century. But the Byzantine Empire was dead then, so look at the date. The word does not mean the beast in Himara. So it's not related to the monster, because this word again entered European languages from French, and this word came from Old Latin, and this word came from Old Greek. But as I mentioned earlier, Byzantine Greek has nothing to do with ancient Greek. So the idea that Himara was called chimera came to me, and it was my idea. It has been embraced by all linguists around the world. But unfortunately, there is no relation between the name Himara and the beast chimera. Maybe in the past there was a relationship, but the very name Himara comes from another source. So chimera, or Himaira in Greek, was a fire-breathing Lycian monster, spewing lava, and it explains the burst of volcanic ash and volcanic lava. For that reason, it does not belong to Albania because there are no volcanoes in Albania. So if this word has entered Albania, then it means it has come from Asia Minor. So as you can see in the monitor, the name in Albanian region is called Hemaria, with the accent at the last syllable. But the monster that came from Asia, its name was Chimaria, so the accent or pronunciation was in the first syllable. These are two different words, totally different words. As you can see in the monitor, the name Chimaira was declined in this way. Nominative Chimaira, genitive tes Chimairas, dative tei Chimairai, accusative ten Chimairan, and vocative Chimaira. The plural was nominative hai Chimairai, genitive ton Chimairon, dative tais Chimairais, accusative tas Chimairas, and vocative Chimairai. So this is a name that belongs to the second declension of ancient Greek nouns. But the name Chimaira was created during the 13th century. This name was created according to the cases in Byzantine language. You can see clearly that Byzantine Greek is so different from ancient languages of Greece, like French, Italian, Spanish, Romanian. Romance languages are from Old Latin. So as you can see, the name of Himara is newly created. As you can clearly see, the name Himara belongs to the way nouns are declined during the 13th century. So, nominative is Hemaria, genitive Hemarias, accusative Hemaria, vocative Hemaria. Plural. Nominative Hemarias, genitive Hemarion, accusative Hemarias, and vocative Hemarias. As you can see, there are only two cases, not four, because the accusative vocative has merged with the nominative, dative has been obliterated completely. So from 6 cases that we have in ancient Greek languages or dialects, we have officially 4 cases in Byzantine Greek. But there are only 2 cases in reality. But let's say that there are 4 cases. As you can see, the dual has been obliterated as well. It doesn't exist. Coming back to ancient Greek, you had singular, you had plural, but also you had the dual, which exists only in Albanian today. So Albanian language has saved the dual, but Byzantine Greek does not have the dual at all. It's non-existent. So the name Himara, or the monster, 1-year-old goat, from the name Hima, which means winter, has nothing to do with the word Hemaria. So as you can see, the original name of Himara was Hemaria. And this is a very specific Byzantine word. The word Hemaria has been created by the root hem and the suffix aria. So as you can see, the name Himara does not belong to the ancient Greek language, but to the Byzantine language. It has been created during the 13th century, not earlier. The very name Hemaria is created by hem, this is the root of the word, and the suffix aria. The suffix aria is very interesting because it creates a diminutive Hemarion that was found in Himara. The language of the text that has been found in Himara is very interesting because the way that the very Himara was created belongs to a very strange group of words in Greek that belong to the Byzantine Greek creation method. You can see we have the word dekaria, which means around 10, about 10, that comes from deca, 10. Eikosaria, around 20, about 20, that comes from the word eikosi, 20. We have the word gleidaria, which means lock, padlock, and comes from the word kleidi, which means key in ancient Greek, but the suffix aria in Byzantine Greek. We have zygaria, scales, which comes from the ancient Greek zygos, but the suffix aria in Byzantine Greek. So these words did not exist in ancient Greek dialects. They are newly created words in the 13th century. We have the word psistaria, barbecue, which comes from the word psino, to roast, to cook, plus the suffix aria, just like the name of Himaria. Now we have other words for body organ noun or to describe fruit, and all these words are created the same with the suffix aria, which means around, more or less, similar to. So we have in Byzantine Greek koukonaria, which means pine tree, which was created by koukonari, pine, plus the suffix aria. We have the word ligaria, which means wicker. It was created with the verb logizo, to bend, plus the suffix aria. We have the word sikotaria, which means entrails, in Greek, and in Byzantine Greek it was created with the ancient word sikoti, liver, plus the new suffix aria. This suffix belongs to the Byzantine Greek and it has been found in all Illyrian toponyms. You can find this in Teutoria in ancient Illyria, in the name Illyria, in modern Albanian Gegaria, Toskoria. The very name Albania is Shqiperia. So all Albanian names have been created with this suffix during Byzantine era. But we can find this suffix in Illyrian languages, in Illyrian dialects, but never in Greek dialects. So the words that I mentioned earlier, all of them are here once again declined, and in every word, absolutely in every word, we have the diminutive in plural genitive ion. So this is how I found the word Hemaria. All these other words, Gaidoria, which means she-donkey in Greek, we have Angurion, which means genitive, feminine, and neuter of Anguria, which means cucumber, and this word was created together with other Persian words and Arabic words. So it's a Byzantine word. Again, we have 4 cases in Byzantine language. We have the word parigorion from parigoria, again a Byzantine word. It was created in Byzantine Greek with the prefix par, para, and agora. It means solace, comfort. These are all words created in the 13th century. Again, we have psistarion, genitive in plural, from psistaria. Again, this is a Byzantine word. We have pitharion, from pithari in Byzantine Greek, and it has come from ancient Greek, from the word pithos, but this is a Byzantine word. We have podarion, from the word podari, which is a Byzantine word. Again, it was created from ancient Greek. It was created from pos, which means leg, but it has 4 cases, and the way it was created was with this suffix aria. We have the word carrion, which means genitive plural of carry. Again, it means wax, candle, earwax, but this word is a Byzantine word with 4 cases, and was created in the same manner from ancient Greek, but with a Byzantine suffix. All these words belong to the 13th century. We have the word zvistirion, which is a genitive plural of zvistiri. It's a Byzantine word. It means eraser, rubber, but it was created from ancient Greek with a Byzantine suffix. We have the word caviarion. It's the genitive plural form of the caviari. It's a Byzantine word, and it was created again in the Byzantine language from ancient Greek with the suffix aria. Again, in Byzantine Greek, we have the word agerion, which is the genitive plural form of ageri, and this comes from ancient Greek, but with a Byzantine suffix. This is very important. Again, we have in Greek zevgarion, which is the genitive plural of zevgari, a Byzantine word. This Byzantine word was created from ancient Greek, but with the suffix of the Byzantine language. The word, as you can see, did not exist in ancient Greece. Again, we have the word Santaurion, which is the genitive plural form of Santauri. It is actually a Persian word and an Ottoman word. It is created exactly in the 13th century, and it has all the hallmarks of the Byzantine language. It didn't exist in ancient Greece. Again, we have the word Hambarion, which is the genitive plural of Hambari, and it comes from Arabic language and Ottoman Turkish. It is the genitive plural of Hambari. Again, this word was created according to the rules of the Byzantine language. Halinarion, and this is the genitive plural of halinari. It means headgear for a horse. It has 4 cases in Byzantine Greek, and it was created according to the Byzantine language, the rules of a language which did not exist in ancient Greece. Dear citizens all around the world, as you can see, there is absolutely no relationship between the Byzantine word Himara or Hemaria and the Chimera, which was an ancient monster from Asia Minor, which traveled to Etruscan culture and Illyrian culture in Caonia. This word, Hemaria, is a Byzantine word, and in genitive plural, it's Hemarion. That's how it has been found in Himara. This is the name of Himara. It's a genitive plural, and it's a diminutive word. This diminutive did not exist in ancient Greece. It exists only in Illyrian tongues. The same people who call themselves Gegaria, northern Albania, Toskaria, southern Albania, Chamaria is a region in Greece inhabited by Albanians. These Albanians created these words during 13th century, but this suffix belongs only to Illyrian tongues. It has been found in the name Illyria, in the name Teutoria, and in any other name found in Illyrian languages, but never in Greek dialects or Greek languages. It's an Illyrian suffix. So Byzantium was created by Constantine the Great, who was of Illyrian descent. And the moment when Byzantine Greek was invented, the emperor was Justinian the Great from Dardania, Albania. So it was the Illyrians who took care of Greek language and who wanted to revive it after the invasion of Slavs into Greece. So it was Albanian Illyrians who saved Greece from the Slavs and who introduced Greek names on those territories inhabited by Slavs. The name Caonia had been forgotten by the inhabitants of Caonia during the 12th century, and the word Hemaria was introduced by Illyrian-speaking people. It is not a Greek word, absolutely. Now, the meaning of Hemaria has not been cleared out. We don't know what it means, really. But we know that it's not a Greek word, that's for sure. Now, what is amazing is the fact that the name of Himara has been explained in the 20th century, not earlier, but in the 20th century, with false etymology from Keimaros, or Keima plus Reo, meaning winter and flow. Now, this is absolutely nonsense. Now, pay attention to the way that Greek etymologists have cleared this word out. They say, do not miss the name of Himaros with the name of the monster found in Asia Minor. But the name Keimaros, which means torrential, flowing during winter, swollen by rain and melted snow, is false etymology, created with two nouns which have no bearing, no meaning of the region in Illyria called Hemaria. So Heimaros is absolutely a different word, an artificial word, found in the tragedies of Sophocles. It's a neologism created by a writer. Coming back to the Keimaros in Byzantine Greek, we have only 4 cases, and this word has nothing to do with ancient Greece. Everybody can recognize that Heimara has nothing to do with Keimaros. Why? Heimaria is a name in feminine and Heimaros is a name in masculine. Heimaria has a plural Heimarion, which is a diminutive found in Byzantine names, while Keimaros has the plural genitive Keimaron. So Keimaron is absolutely different from Heimarion. They are two different words with similar pronunciation. One word is the region of Caonia, and the word Keimaros means a torrent. This is an artificial word created with keima, winter, and reo, to flow. But as you can see, the word Keimaria, the name of Himara, has nothing to do with chimera, whose genitive is Himarion, and the name Hemarion is created with the root hem and the suffix arion, as you can see. So the name of Himara was created in the 13th century and not in the ancient times. As you can see, the name torrential in ancient Greek was named Keimaron with a rhon, double R, and aspirated h, while Hemaria is a totally different word created with the suffix aria, which is in genitive, plural, diminutive is Hemarion. You don't have to be Greek to understand that these are two different words created in two different eras. There are several centuries that divide the creation of the word Himaros and Hemarion. There are two different words. As you can see, this is the Indo-European Dictionary of Indo-European Languages, and the toponym Himara has nothing to do with Albanian language, and it has nothing to do with Greek language either. Heima, winter, came with the creation of the word Heimaros, which means 1-year goat. And the word Himaros, which means torrential, or also it means a monster, a 1-year-old goat, has nothing to do with the Byzantine word Hemarion, which is the diminutive plural genitive of the word Hemaria, which was created with the root hem plus the suffix aria, like all other Byzantine names. So Byzantine language is not Greek, as you can see. It has 4 cases, not 6 cases, and it creates words differently from ancient Greek dialects. So Byzantine language is an artificial language created in Byzantium, and it's spoken by Greeks today. Citizens of the world, as you can see, the name Himara, with a R, which is very strong, and aspirated R, which did not exist in Byzantine Greek. This very name was invented after the ship with a German name, which sailed from Thessaloniki to Piraeus with 500 passengers on board, disappeared. And to commemorate the lives of these people, the toponym Himara was recorded in Greek maps, marking this place in Albania. Albanians had no idea that the name in the maps was invented by Greek politicians to remember the victims of this tragedy. Because of the name Hertha, which is very similar to Himara, this crazy relationship was created, and the ancient Byzantine name Hemaria was transformed into Himara. These are two different words. Until the 20th century, the pronunciation of the ship was Heimara, and the word Heimara, I repeat, is not the word Hemaria, which is a Byzantine word. And now I will show you the original document found in Hemarion. So this is the original document found in Himara. It says, Peritas oikoisos, tasek heimarion poteron aftei oikoonti, meaning, what is he saying about the family of Himarion, meaning settling there? This is the meaning of this sentence. This is the Greek language of the 13th century. It has nothing to do with ancient Greek. And this very name has nothing to do with heimaros, meaning winter plus torrent. Heimarion is a genitive plural, and as you can see, this is the suffix arion, which is usually aria in nominative and arion in genitive plural. Is the same suffix of all Byzantine names created when Greek languages were actually dead. So the Byzantine language has been created according to the rules of Illyrian tongues, not Greek dialects. Hemaria has the same suffix as Gegoria, northern Albania, Toskaria, southern Albania, Chameria, a region of Albania in Greece, and Shqiperia, the name of Albania, which is mentioned by Albanians themselves. That's how Albanians create words, like the name of Himara, with the same suffix. The same suffix is found in Manduria, in Messapian, a language spoken in southern Italy which has been identified as Illyrian dialect, and we have Teutoria from Teutons, the Celtic tribes in the Skodrinon region in northern Albania. So Aria is a suffix of Albanian tongues, Albanian dialects, not Greek dialects. And Himara in the 13th century is a word created according to the laws of Albanian language, not Greek. Citizens of the world, this is the most dramatic film that I've ever produced in my entire life, because all the documents that I've brought you are presented by Greek etymologists. They have come to the conclusion that the name Himara was created in the 20th century, and it was created after a ship was drowned. As you can see, these documents that I brought you have been created by Greek linguists, Greek etymologists. It is Greek etymologists who say that the name Himara is not created by the laws of Greek language. This name does not belong to ancient Greek dialects. This name was created by Byzantine Greek during the 13th century, and Byzantine Greek used the laws of Illyrian dialects to create this noun in Albanian. So the name Himara has nothing to do with Greek language, and Himaros, which means torrential in Greek, is an artificial word created by Heima, which means winter, and Hros, which means flow. The very way the words are pronounced and written is different. The plural of the genitive in Himara is completely different from Himaron, which means of the torrential streams in modern Greek during the 20th century. And the name Himara during the 20th century was created in 1947 when the ship went down, sank. So it's not only a falsification of Greek language, but of Greek history. Let us remember that in Greece during at that time was a fascist regime, a junta. Those fascists created a law of a war between Albania and Greece, which is still valid today. They are still at war with us. Although formally Greece is a democracy, it still keeps the laws created by this junta, and they are at war with Albania about an Illyrian territory that does not belong to Greece. It's Albanian. It has always been Albanian. The name is created by Albanian laws of languages of Illyrian dialects, and the Byzantine language that created this word has nothing to do with Greek dialects, absolutely. So the final verdict created by Greek etymologists is that Himara is a name created by Albanian dialects. Thank you for your attention and goodbye to other scientific films.